Stillwater helps you get your tropical tiki vibe on with a large selection of fantastic tasting tiki cocktails served in unique and fun glasses, a menu of delicious food ranging from small bites, craft tacos, sandwiches, and more. Plus, don't forget they have live music Wednesday through Saturday nights. Located in downtown Stillwater, the Tilted Tiki is your tropical relaxation restaurant in Minnesota. Visit thetiltedtiki.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 45, then a chance of shower Thursday with a high of 58. Warmer weather is back and the music is still hot at Crooner's Supper Club in Fridley. Crooner's is located just north of I-694 off Highway 65. View their food menus as well as their concert venues and music schedules at croonersmn.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you for joining me. This is one of the best times of the month for us, as we are doing tonight one question readings. We have on psychic, medium, refined, divine on. We're doing one question readings. Put them into the comments and she will answer your questions. But as we always say, my dear friends, is to get to the front of the line, you need to call in 952-946-6205. Once again, the number is 952-946-6205. It's going to be fun. First of all, a couple things. We got Adam back at the studio. Adam, welcome. Happy to have you with us tonight.
Nice to be here again tonight. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much. And then, of course, we have psychic medium, refined divine. We also have Dave over there as well in the background, off camera. I don't know what he's doing, and we don't need to know. But first of all, Deb, how are you tonight?
I'm great, thank you. What he's doing is he monitors the questions, and so he tries to make sure that I am not swearing. That's what he does.
Well, that's well, we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. And I was thinking, when we have you on, there needs to be like some sort of too bad we don't have a budget of any kind, like even to pay me. But if we had a budget to have I don't know, like a song or just like some notes play when it's your night. You know what I mean? It's like, have you ever seen Flash Gordon and Queen would go Flash? Something like that. Something that kind of gets things
the
moving.
refined divine song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you don't have one, basically.
No. Dave does have a DJ system in here, though, and he's really good at DJing.
Can he write, produce, record, and sing a song though that is fitting of you being on the show?
A jingle.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I'll work on it.
He'll work on it.
Might be a lot of harmonica.
He is really good on the harmonica.
Do you want a harmonica to introduce you on a show, though? I mean, yeah, right. So once again, start putting your questions in, folks. Don't be shy. If you have a question to psychic medium refined divine that you want to ask tonight, it doesn't matter if you asked questions before, put them in there again. But the thing that we do want to kind of make sure that please don't put anything in there about medical, because Deb is not a doctor, though she is smart in a lot of areas that she's not going to give medical advice, legal advice. We don't talk about politics. But there's so much out there that you can talk about, and let's dip our toe into tonight, and let's go to Jenny. And Jenny is asking the question, who is my soulmate?
So soulmates are a match of our own soul. So when we're looking for a soulmate, you're looking for somebody that matches who you are. When you want a soulmate, you think of your qualities that you bring to earth, and you want somebody that does the same. So a soulmate is only a soul that resonates with you, and that's what you're looking for.
So but is she asking you who that is, or you think she's asking like who is your like?
So you can't ask me who that is because she isn't lined up with it. I don't see an aligning of it.
Got it.
But for her to find one, she needs to look for somebody that is of her own frequency, somebody that is spiritual, somebody that is very kid driven, somebody that loves education, and definitely drama. Theater, drama, plays, theatrical, all the things. So somebody that has the same likes that she does.
And I think that's what is really interesting about that, and I think what's great about that answer is that it's I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying this is what Jenny was thinking, but a lot of people are thinking kind of like that romantic magical moment of just like that someone drops something and someone else picks it up in their love, that sort of thing. I mean, the answer couldn't be more
that.
Right, exactly. It's all up to it could be anything, and that's great. We're doing one question readings tonight with psychic medium Refined Divine. She's with us all night. She's going to be with us every other Wednesday. So get your questions into the comments, but like we said, call in 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. You are going to be pushed to the front of the line. You get preferential treatment if you call in, and that's what Carrie did. Carrie's on line 1. Carrie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. You got a question for psychic medium Refined Divine?
Yeah, and I'm going to try to figure out how to word it. So, my husband and I, we help maintain pickup trash at a state forest near our house. And so it's not uncommon to have cars parked because you can disperse camp there. Well, there was a car parked, and we went by, and instantly in my head, you heard, something's not right. Look in the window, there's a body in the car. And I'm used to having weird things, I guess, like that happen. I ignored it, and we kept going, and like the ringing in my ears was just this, almost dog whistle, high pitch, both ears, and I still ignored it. It's been about a week, and last night a relative of the person came up to us and asked us some questions like, did you see anything? And basically there was a young person who had overdosed in the car. So my question is like, would the outcome have been different if we stopped? Like, I know I totally ignored every sign to like stop. Normally I listen and I pay attention to like the ringing in the ears or just that gut. But you actually heard the words in your head. Stop, something's not right.
Stop. You heard stop. You heard stop. Yeah. So this is why you heard
and I actually heard there's a body in the car.
And so this is why you heard this, Carrie. It's because the person, the boy wanted to be found. So he was already passed when you were passing.
Okay.
The high ringing in the ears was him.
Okay.
It was him.
It happened.
Yeah, because he was like, tell my mom, tell my dad, like let them know. Like he's like, stop. You're not the only person he did it to. He did it to everybody. Like
numerous times. It took 3 days for people to finally.
So
I guess.
So what you're saying, Deb, is that the outcome of him passing, that was going to happen regardless.
That was going to happen regardless. Your death day is your death day. It doesn't matter what you do or how you do it. It's not how, it's when.
Okay.
Death day is
I
death
mean, yeah.
day.
As soon as I
And
heard
Carrie,
of
you
the
are
news,
extremely gifted. You do have a lot of gifts. You really should come on to my classes Mondays and Thursdays and expand
yeah,
those, honey, because
I
you
mean,
have a lot.
yeah, I know. I experienced a lot of different things, and that's why after I told my husband, I'm like, oh, I did it. But even if I would have stopped, how do I just randomly make a phone call? So I heard a voice in my head that told me
Yeah.
to stop
So
and keep in the window, and
well,
yeah,
it was you protecting yourself, because even walking up on a situation like that leaves post-traumatic stress inside of the human brain. I
and as
wouldn't
soon as
have
I
any guilt. He is saying,
yeah,
he's
okay.
coming right in. He says, don't have any guilt and don't have any shame over this. You aren't the only person I did this to.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, as soon as it was just like the pit in your stomach, like, oh, he's so young. So
No, it's
yeah,
not your fault. It's not your fault at all.
okay, good. So, well, thank you. That made me feel a lot better.
Yeah. Remember, death day is death day. It doesn't matter how, it's
Right.
when.
And I do believe that. Yeah, and I do know that, and I do believe that. And I think it just all flipped everything as soon as it was like
But
3
it
days.
also is a definite push to be using your abilities, Carrie. It's a
Yeah,
definite
yeah.
push. Your spirit's pushing you. They
Okay,
want you to
good.
be
So
using
I was,
them.
And I
I
mean,
was wondering if I did listen.
and at the end of the day, I think what the great part is that you did do what he needed you to do.
Okay,
Yes,
good. I mean, we
confirmation.
did we happened to have some information for one of the relatives that he thanked us, and it gave him a lot of closure. And then it started to rain and a little hail, and then the double rainbow. So right
Yeah.
after.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
And it was, yeah. So okay, good. So
All righty.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very much, Carrie. Really do appreciate it. And I think as a public service, I think it's worth mentioning, because you did bring up the classes, and it's this is not a push for money. Is what it is. It's to help people figure out what that is, because without that call from Carrie, if she didn't call you, that would be playing over and over and over in her mind, as it has been. So what you're saying, and you go to refinedivinepsychic.com, all your classes are on there. They're
Yes.
not expensive at all, and it's a
No.
way to open yourself up and find and
Yes.
figure out what's going on in there.
And to have the know-how to deal with what your gifts are. And that's what I teach.
Absolutely. And I do recommend to everybody listening tonight, because more often than not, the people calling in, the people putting the comments in, you are gifted. And
Yes.
this is why you are asking the questions. This is why you already probably have an idea of the answer, to be honest. And you go and just check it out. Just take a look, please. I'd love if some of you are able to get the help that you need. I know that sounds really, really serious. I'm not trying to get the help that you all need, but it'd be able to.
The direction. It's just a direction is all it is. It's a seed that gets planted, and it's a direction, and it's an environment where you're safe, and we all can be spiritually like-minded and still have our own points and views, but have the space to grow in. And that's why I do what I do.
Absolutely. Let's go back to the comments once again, folks. If you want to get to the head of the line, 952-946-6205. Call in like Carrie did. It was a fantastic conversation there, but we're going back to the comments. And Heather asked the question. She says, I have a work trip coming up. Any insight in what is in store from that?
Well, Heather, I feel like there's been a transition made where we're going higher up, or we're getting better at what we're doing, and there's like a lot of gratitude for you and a lot of thankfulness, and you coming into your power. And when I see you coming into your power, I am seeing like your psychicness and your intuitive abilities are becoming stronger and stronger when you're in this environment. And whatever is happening at this business trip, is there's going to be talk about you doing something bigger, even better than what you're doing, or there's going to be a transition made of where you're already at into something that's better than what you're already doing. Like, it's all for the good.
Well, and you gotta wonder too a little bit, because we're just talking about having that intuition, your self-intuition. I guess I never would have thought for myself, like if I'm doing a business trip or something, or work trip, and thinking about what does that mean. I mean, I think Heather had an idea, and correct me if I'm wrong, Heather, but I mean, I feel like that there was something there that's like that was in here kind of stewing a little bit that made her want to ask.
She's gifted. Yes.
That is great. That is really good. Let's see here, kind of seeing where we want to go here. I want to do this. I'm going to take an early break, I think, because we have some comments in there. We have some calls. We got a little bit of everything, and I want to make sure that there's enough time for you don't have to rush through anything. So we're just going to take our break just a little bit early. When we come back, please continue putting your questions in the comments. Call in. We're doing one question readings with Psychic Medium, Refined Divine. One of my favorite nights of doing the show. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Did you know that spiritual awakening is not all love and light? Surprise! Inner demons, ego deaths, and tower moments are on the horizon. But while life might hand you some harsh lessons, we've got the antidote to soothe your weary soul. Why not try a dragon's blood bath or schedule a Reiki aura repair? With books, herbs, talismans, candles, and more, we put the Shazam in shadow work. Visit Magus Books at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis or magusbooks.com.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
The Tilted Tiki, located in downtown Stillwater, helps you get your tropical tiki vibe on with a large selection of fantastic tasting tiki cocktails served in unique and fun glasses, a menu of delicious food ranging from small bites, craft tacos, sandwiches, and more. Plus, don't forget they have live music Wednesday through Saturday nights. Located in downtown Stillwater, the Tilted Tiki is your tropical relaxation restaurant in Minnesota. Visit thetiltedtiki.com. And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Tonight, it is One Question Readings with Psychic Medium, Refined Divine, and it's always so much fun to have her on, have Dave on in the background. We have Adam over at the station. We are just a wide net of awesomeness tonight all over the place. And we are really excited. Love getting the questions. Keep putting the questions in the comments. Once again, though, if you have a question, you do get to the head of the line if you call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. That's where we're going to go right now. We have Katie on line one. Katie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. You have a question for Psychic Medium Refined Divine.
Yes, I do. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Katie.
My question is, if it's not too frivolous, I was wondering if my Uncle Jerry would come through possibly and tell us what his cologne was he always wore as his signature scent when he was alive.
I have a musky smell.
Yeah.
It smells like a musk.
Okay.
what do you know what it is?
I don't, and that's why I'm wondering if he would tell the name, because I've always wanted to pick up a bottle of it because I really like it.
Yeah. So so what he's showing me is it says musk, and I can smell it, and it's in a green bottle.
And you know what that's called?
What?
Called musk, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
I'm looking it up right now. I think it's called musk. Musk cologne. We're gonna yeah, musk.
Yeah, I don't know cologne, so that's what he's showing me.
Yeah, yeah, I mean let's see here. Yeah, I know which one that is. Yep. So there you go.
It is.
That's how that works.
Who makes it? Who's it by?
I think it's Polo actually. That does it. So yeah, just go to or Joshua says in the comments, probably Jovan, Jovan. Go to a department store where they have the samples and just go there and just start spraying and see if you can figure. Sorry, Debbie. No, I'm taking over your reading. I'm taking over your reading now. I'm just like telling
it's okay.
The lowdown on the.
I have no idea because I don't do colognes or anything like that because they're so toxic to me.
But
when I met Dave, he used to drown himself in cologne. I couldn't stand it.
I mean, no offense, Dave. The more I hear about pre-Deb Dave, I'm just not impressed. I'm just going to be very honest.
That's how we found out we truly loved each other, Greg.
Talk about soulmate, right?
Beep. We put up with each other's beep. See, Adam, beep.
Look at you. You've evolved as a radio personality. It's so awesome. It's
That's
so nice.
Darn good stuff.
We don't need Yeah, we don't need profanity to get our points across on GhostBox Radio, do we?
No, we got words like darn and bleep and beep.
Oh, darn. Yeah, that's what I like to say at home when stuff goes wrong.
Golly, Greg.
Awesome, Katie. Thank you very much. Katie's probably long gone. She's like, whatever. But yeah, definitely I would Jovan, I'd also look at Polo, to be very honest. That's in a green bottle. And it's a musky sort of smell to it. I think that there you're going to it's going to help you set us up, Debbie, and that's where I think she's going to find what she's looking for.
Yeah, that'll be awesome for her because I felt the connection to it. It's a very comforting smell to her, so she wants to have that around her, and I don't blame her because it felt like he was a very good caretaker. He came right in and was like, "This is what it is."
That is awesome. Now, we are filling up the phone lines. That doesn't mean you should stop calling in and keep putting comments in. But once again, you get to the front of the line when you call in 952-946-6205. If you get a busy signal, keep trying. We're excited. And, I know Adam likes doing that. So, and I mean that seriously. So why don't we go to the phone lines again? And we have John on line 2. John, how are you doing tonight?
I am excellent. I tried calling in last time and I kept getting cut off, and I assumed it was the question I wanted to ask wasn't being allowed to be asked.
Oh, that's right. You did call. I remember you calling. We had some real technical problems that night. I'm hoping tonight's better. What do you have for Deb tonight?
Is there anyone that wants to ask me or that wants to tell me anything that's recently passed?
So what we do with one question is all I need is the name of the person you want to hear from.
Oh, well, it's Daniel.
Is this somebody that you used to spend a lot of time texting or like communication through text?
No, he was the opposite of that. He's never sent a text in his life.
Okay. So did you communicate with him often on your phone?
We lived together more so. I took care of him until he passed.
Okay.
He's my
so
brother.
Were you on your phone a lot? Are you on your phone a lot?
I probably am, sure.
Okay. Yeah, like 90% of the time? Like you're consistently like either texting or watching, because what he's showing me is the phone. And so I'm like, is he saying that you're messaging him all the time and this is how you talk, or what's going on here? And he just keeps showing it to me.
He's the opposite of the phone. He would hate.
No.
He would hate.
Not his phone, your phone.
Oh, I am on it a lot now. I never
Yes.
used to be this much.
Yeah. Okay. So did a lot of what you would talk about be on the phone? Was that your entertainment? Would you show him things that you would learn on the phone and things that you would see?
Yeah, he was a TV guy, but sure.
No.
Yeah.
Direct question
well,
to you, John. Are you ready?
Go
Listen real
ahead.
close. When you would see something on your phone, would you share it with him?
Sometimes, sure.
Yeah. Because he shows me that's a way of communication. Do you see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like you would show him things, is what he's saying. Because there wasn't a lot of words between the two of you. This man was more like of who he was, and he kind of was just there and he did his own thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he never complained about a single thing.
Yeah, he just did his own thing, like he just was.
Yeah, all through 2 rounds of cancer and a widowmaker and all this other stuff, I sat there and we didn't talk much, but
that's what I'm saying. He's showing me that was your communication. Like that's how you talk to him. You would show him something.
Yeah, I'd show him my phone. Well, what's significant to to me is that I was in really, really rough shape health-wise, and I started doing this meditation, this Joe Dispenza, and Live Your Life of Love, Jessica, and whatever. I started listening, and I started putting these healing meditation, affirmations and stuff on at night for him. Maybe that's what he's showing you.
There it is, the communication with the telephone. Yeah.
That he would, and I would, our rooms were close together, so I would turn it up in my room.
Right, to stimulate. Got it. Yeah. So he says now that he's crossed, that he does realize that there was a lot more that he could have did in life, and there's a lot more like he could have chose to do. And he says that he wishes for you to get out of the house. Do you understand when I say that? Like, go live some more life and find happiness outside of those 4 walls.
Isn't that crazy? That's a pretty good one. It sounds like my brother. he was the ultimate hermit, but he was also a really good guy and had a lot of is he with his kids now? I mean, he had the widowmaker. He was dead for 20 minutes and at the Mayo Hospital when it happened, getting chemo. And if he hadn't stayed there 5 extra minutes and his chemo nurse hadn't been married to a cardiologist at the Mayo, she would have never kept him alive long enough. You know what I'm saying? But he was out for 20 minutes, and when he came back, there was nothing. He said it was completely pitch black, and he never talked about the afterlife after that. And as a kid growing up, he had all sorts of experiences, and so I'm more wondering if he's okay now.
He's so okay. He really is. And so the reason why he saw nothing is because he didn't really go to the other side. So during that time, we either choose to stay in our bodies or we choose to go out of our bodies and cycle towards the light. And he didn't choose to leave his body at that time. So that's why he never experienced that euphoria that people talk about and that white light that people talk about, or the other side euphoria. So he didn't have that because he didn't jump out.
Yeah, and he would just say it's pitch black, and then after that he would say, you know what, there is nothing after this.
Oh yeah, he definitely knows now that there is. Absolutely, definitely, 100%. And he says to you, he wants you to also know that he's not in hell.
That he what?
He's not in hell.
Oh, all right, good.
John, I'm very sorry for your loss, and thank you so very much for calling in tonight. I really appreciate it.
You bet. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Of course. Take care. And I do want to remind folks too, if we're not getting to a lot of people tonight, because we have a backlog, that you can set up an appointment with Deb, and you go over to refinedivinepsychic.com, set up an appointment. And we always say that this is kind of a sample, the kind of the hors d'oeuvre to a full reading. A full reading is so much more of this and goes so many different places that this is just like, if this is resonating to you, imagine doing a full reading. This way I always look at it, at least. So
completely clairvoyant. I can see all living and past.
So
and multidimensional, even aliens and Bigfoot and all the things, Greg.
That's right. We were talking about that prior to the show, and we might just have Deb on one time just to talk about that. And just
you should have me on a Friday show, a casual Friday with you and Adam.
We could do that. That's not a problem at all. Maybe get some people watching then. I don't know.
We could talk about aliens.
Yeah, people might even be confused for it as a radio show. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know, but Dave's addicted to you guys. He turns you on all night, every night. I go to sleep to you guys' voices. It's getting kind of creepy.
That is awesome. Okay, so folks, put your questions into the comments. We've been kind of over on the phone. Once again, if you call in, you get head to the top of to the front of the line there. Preferential treatment, VIP GhostBox Radio treatment. Call in at 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. That's where we go to Lynette. Lynette, I hope you're still with us.
I am still with you. Yes.
How are you doing tonight, Lynette?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. You have a question for Deb?
I do. Let me know if you can't hear me, because I'm on speakerphone, but I can switch it if you can't hear me or something. Okay.
You're perfect. You sound amazing. You sound great.
All right. Amazing. My question might be a little similar to the last caller. This is about my mom, and we had issues. I loved her. I still do, but we had a lot of issues and things. She was always kind of professing to be an atheist, and I, as I was growing up, I just knew I had choices, So, but I guess my question is, when she was dying with cancer, it was hard to, when someone's dying, it's kind of hard to talk to them if they don't believe in anything, and so I'm just wondering because I was saying, Mom, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay, and she's like, she kind of looked at me like, what I think about that. And, but
I hear
did crossover. I mean, I'm just wondering who was there to meet her, if that's a question that can be answered, because.
Yeah, absolutely. So she came in right away.
Her over because she didn't believe in that stuff either. So.
I get it. And so she comes right in and she says to you that she now knows, of course, that there is an ever after. And she says to me, I was so tight-lipped. She says, there was parts of me that believed a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but she was the kind of woman, when she said something, she meant it. Do you understand what we're talking about? Like, she wouldn't waver.
Yeah.
Like, if she said no to you, the answer was no. And so she would just stick with whatever she said because that was the safest for her. And so she says to me that, it was with everything. She was so stubborn. Do you understand what we're saying? She was so stubborn.
Yeah.
And she says to me, and so she says that that minute she took that last breath, there was there 4 of you in the room? She shows me 4.
I don't know. As far as I know, it was just her friend from college that was with her. That's all I know.
So the 4 has to be, she keeps giving me 4, 4, 4. So it has to be the 4 spirits that were with her. So let's look. So there's mom, there's mom, there's dad. Did she have a sister? Because there's a sister feeling woman next to her.
She had a half sister that she never met.
Yep, dead. And then it feels like an aunt or somebody who was like a mom to her.
Yeah, so she was there. Okay.
Yep. So she's giving me the 4. And so she says to me that she was as shocked as you. She was as shocked as you. She really was.
As shocked as me? You mean well, I wasn't shocked. I mean, I think there's, I believe in the afterlife.
As shocked as you are right now.
Oh, okay, because you're talking to her. Hi, Mom.
Right.
I love you.
No,
And that she finally believes because she's there.
Yes, and absolutely. And she's having a good chuckle about it. I mean, really, like she comes in very light, very like euphoric and giggly. And she's like, life is so good here. She has no depression here. There's no pain here. You know, she was crippled in her body. She felt trapped. You know, she really was really quite cranky for a lot of her years because of who she was and the way that she was trapped in the body towards the end there. She just was very miserable. So that when she left, it was like such a freedom. She shows me just freedom, freedom. And she says that she actually pops in quite a bit. And you have this picture of her that was at a wedding. Do you know which picture we're talking about when we say that?
I have pictures of her. I have to look through some. There could be one at a wedding that I'm not thinking of right now.
This looks like she's dressed up. Because she didn't usually get dressed up. She's dressed up in this picture. She almost looks like she's wearing. It almost looks like a purplish blue or blue purple.
Okay.
Do you know what picture we're talking about?
I don't, but there could be a picture that, you know how these things go. You run across something like, oh,
yeah,
there's a picture.
It's okay. So it must be something that she liked. She liked that picture of herself. So what they do is they just show me stuff there's no way I could know. And so she says to me, look in your photo album.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look for that, Mom.
Yeah. 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 And so did you have a hard time with all of her stuff?
You mean like when she died, like trying to, find places for things?
Yeah.
Or...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she's letting you know that she doesn't hold any remorse or guilt for getting rid of anything.
Yeah, I figured she probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
but,
there was a lot of
but
stuff.
her things were her things,
Mm-hmm.
like they were hers. So she just was just putting that out there that, she doesn't hold any remorse or guilt for that.
Yeah. Well, that's
she's
good.
so good.
Well, good. I'm so glad to hear that she's good. Thank you so much.
People always worry about people who are atheists and they won't go to heaven or they won't go to the other side or they'll get stuck in the in-between world. That really doesn't happen much at all unless it's a suicide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's when I find people that get stuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
You went right
That's
to the
great,
other side.
That's great, Lynette. I appreciate the call. I hope that was helpful for you.
Oh, it's very helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. What we're going to do, we have some callers in readiness, but we're going to take a break. We have Tabitha, then we have Annette. If someone wants to call in with their question, you're more than welcome to do so. 952-946-6205. We got tons of comments. We only got to 2 comments so far. So if you really want to have a question answered, you'll need to call in, I think. But we'll try to get to as many as we can. We're going to come back, do more of these. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
We know you value buying local, especially when it comes to your magical supplies. So if you're looking for grimoires, decks, jewelry, candles, or herbs that are locally sourced, then come on down to Magus Books and Herbs. Curated for your ritual, ceremonial, spiritual, and spellwork needs, we've got all the tools to make your working extra. So make that prosperity ritual one that keeps on giving by visiting us at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, or visit us online at magusbooks.com.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches. turkey, bacon, avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com. And join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We're going to do a replay. We're going to have our good friend Ernie Pack on. This is an episode that I think we actually aired way back in October of 2023. And funny enough, Deb, we're talking about whether or not Bigfoot as a trans-dimensional figure rather than just some forest animal. And we're not discussing it. We're not like, oh, well, who knows? No, we are very much part of that sort of like, this is definitely, what it is. That's our take on it. A great conversation. So, and once again, Deb, Dave, Adam, and myself, we're talking about that very thing just prior to the show tonight. So look at that. We're all in sync over here. You got to unmute yourself. You got to, because you muted yourself over there. I don't know what you're doing.
I said I might be psychic or something.
That, or we're just paranormal nerds.
I mean, we could see about how you can come across via telepathy to everybody on the radio. Keep it muted over there and just see if we're all getting the message. I have to say I failed though because I wasn't hearing it. So,
I said I might be psychic or something.
You might be. There might be something about it. We're continuing the experiment tonight, and we're doing one question readings with Psychic Medium Refined Divine Deb. And once again, I'm just going to say it. You can go ahead and get your reading. You can take part in the classes. You can see where Deb is doing all of her fairs and stuff over at refineddivinepsychic.com. You're in Hudson this weekend, right?
Hudson, yes, and I'm doing the gallery at 1:15.
That's fantastic.
11? Oh, I'm sorry, 11.
11, 1:15, whatever. Just show up for the whole day, right? And just take part in all of that. That's great. So it's this Saturday. You're in Hudson. Is that right?
Yep.
Fantastic. Very good. Very good. And so, folks, if you want to see Deb and Dave, I'm going to throw Dave in there in person. Come on out there to Hudson, not too far from us at all. We're doing one question readings tonight. We haven't, unfortunately, really got to the comment section. I apologize, but we said if you call in, you're going to be brought to the front of the line, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. Hoping, because Tabitha's been waiting for a while. Tabitha, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for waiting. Do you have a question for Deb?
Yeah. Hi, Deb.
Hi.
Rosalind's here too.
Hi, guys. How are we tonight?
We're wonderful. So our question is, for me, Deb, personally, I am wondering what comes through for you for who my spirit guides are with me. I've had a lot of death around me. I've had an ex-fiance when I was younger that was killed. My father, Rosalind's sister, my grandma, and some other people. So I'm just wondering who's with me right now and what they have to tell me.
So first, I want to cover that spirit guides are energetic forms that are around you from birth till death. And spirit guides don't have names. They aren't humans. They aren't souls. And if people want to put names to them, you want to call them Susie, Sally, Joe. I mean, that's up to you. But they really don't have physical names because they are just energetic forces that come from here to the other side. And some of us have a lot of them, especially the higher numbers, the 22, 33, and 11s. I'm an 11. So we talk about numerology because we are here to lead others to the light. And so spirit guides are not people that have passed. They are just energetic fields that are around us. So when we talk about people that have passed, those are souls. And so those are souls that walk here on earth in a human body and then reincarnate back to the light and then back into a human form. So who would you like to speak to, honey? Just one name.
Ooh, Mike. Or Michael.
Yeah, okay. And so I'm feeling like I'm crushed. Does he die in a crushing? Because I can't breathe.
He had cancer 4 times, and he finally couldn't do it no more.
In his lungs?
I'm not sure the last time where his cancer was because he didn't let me know. He didn't want me to worry.
Okay. That's okay. I just feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I'm being crushed, like crushed. Like everything in me is just like collapsing. Did you know if it ate away his body?
Pardon?
Did you know if it ate away his body? Did he wither away?
Yes.
Okay. Was his personality type where he was very strong and he was the man? Like he would take care of you. He was in charge. He was the person to always make sure everything was done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then he also shows me though that you wore the pants. You understand what I'm saying? Like he was really strong, but you wore the pants. And so he learned that very early in the relationship. And he says to me that there's
that
no
was my
better
father.
job. There's no better job than the one you're at. He says because you always kept him in line. Does that make sense?
Yes and no. I mean, it wasn't a romantic relationship. It was my father, but
you always kept him in line.
Yeah, when we talked and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you kept him in line. When you guys were in the same space together.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, hang on, is this who we have the same person here? Making sure we're talking about the same person. Okay. So he was talking about so it was like you had a really strong personality, but so did he, but you like always outweighed it, right? So it's like you always ended up with the last say.
Yeah, sounds like me and everything.
It is what it is.
It is what it
yeah,
is.
it is what it is. We are who we are. So that makes sense about what you do for a living and how that lines up. So, a lot of times what's happening when you're like by yourself, Tabitha, and you are thinking about them, when you get the memories and they just come out of nowhere, that is them. They will send us memories and they'll send us love and they'll send us all kinds of things. And all of a sudden we'll think of them and had no idea why we're thinking about them. And we'll have this whole ass memory that we don't even remember. That's them.
Well, that's perfect because today was a rough day and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So pay attention to those things and let them grow inside of you. Remember, the more attention we give them and the more acknowledgement we give them, that grows. It makes them stronger and they can come in more often and communicate with us more.
Oh, it's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Tabitha, thank you very much. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you so much. Oh, very helpful. I love you, Deb. Have a good night.
All right.
Good night.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't love Greg or Adam or Dave, but Deb, as long as you got in there, that's all that matters apparently. So, whatever.
That seems to be the theme this week. I've heard that quite a bit.
I'm on the comments. I'm seeing the comments, and it's like, "Hi Deb, hi Debbie," and it's like, "No, hi Debbie and Greg." No, I just like, are you paying by the letter over there or something to type that? Does it pain you to actually put my name in it? I only host the show, but that's fine. That's fine. That's why we're on the phones tonight. Let's go on. I'm just kidding, folks. There's people out there are now mad at me. Let's see.
You sound like Dave. Honestly, I think you're channeling Dave.
Well, I mean, it's just like it's like can anyone see me? But anyway, that's okay. If you're on the radio, you can't. So we go to Annette. Annette, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing well.
Good.
My question is,
yes.
I was wondering who my real father is, because when I was younger, my mother said she just put that name on the birth certificate so I'd have a name. And I'm wondering who he really is.
What name did she put on the birth certificate, please? Is it begin with
Richard?
a D? Richard. And this was somebody that she palled around with?
No. That, from what I understand, she had an affair. She put who she was married to as my father, but
Okay.
she told me that
Who
wasn't
she,
my real father.
who she palled around with is your father. Your real father. Who she palled around with.
Oh, God. Oh my God, my uncle. Oh my God, my aunt's husband. Oh my gosh.
Whoever that pal was that she was always with, that's who it is.
Yeah, I know why my aunt would never leave those two alone in a room. Oh my God, this is wild. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling in, and I'm happy to hear that you found that out. So well, there's that. I'm just going to let's see here. It's funny. First of all, Heidi says, because I'm not done with the names yet. That shtick isn't over yet, Debbie. Okay. But she's like, sorry, Greg. But Deb is so amazing. You don't have to be amazing to be acknowledged. Okay. Let's just put that out there right now. My gosh. So anyway, what do we have here? We have about just under 6 minutes left. Let's get to Joshua. He's been patiently waiting for us as well. Joshua, are you still there?
Hi, Greg. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
Hi.
How can Debbie help you?
Am I making a foolish mistake by letting a suitor pursue me? There's a huge age difference, but
A lot
I'm not setting
younger?
myself up for failure.
A lot younger?
But again, I'm saying yes,
Yes.
quite significantly, yes.
Yes. It feels like there's a lot of how do I put this? Wanting parental love, wanting security, wanting safety, and wanting stability. And so when I look into his energy, it feels like to me that that's why he pursues. Does that make more sense to you?
It's very fresh, but it's possible.
Yeah. And so if you're okay with those standards by which he is pursuing, then you're not making any mistake. If you're open to why and what the vision is and the open communication of what you both will have in the relationship and the give and take, then there's absolutely no wrong in it.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, it's very early, but I just needed a little bit of guidance,
Yeah, and so just keep open communication about what you both are looking for. Age is just a number. There's no such thing as a bad age to be with somebody. There really isn't. Love is love. And when it's there, it's there. And when it isn't, it isn't. So I don't ever force anything and I don't see anything forced. I feel like you're scared because you feel like you're not good enough for this relationship, but that's not what this other person is looking for.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I want to pursue it, but I'm just like, it's so fresh. I'm just like hesitant, but thank you. I just needed a little bit of guidance.
Yeah. Pursue. Happiness is bliss.
Appreciate the
you.
call.
Appreciate it so much. Thanks for answering.
Appreciate the call, Joshua. Thank you so much. All righty. Thank you for calling in. As a reminder, there's like most of you we're not getting to tonight. We have a minute left. So Michelle is on the phone. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get you tonight because it's just not enough time. I don't think it's fair to give Debbie 2 seconds to do a reading. But you're going to be back with us on April 24th, which is going to be a lot of fun. And we are also talking about, and Annette had asked in the comments, like, when are we going to do the pet one? We talked about doing a pet one, and we'll talk about that. It's still very much on top of mind. But just as we wrap up here, I want to make sure people once again know, if you really wanted to get a question answered tonight, I recommend a full reading from Deb, go to refinedivinepsychic.com. You can go there. You can also check out the classes. I mean, you all are pretty intuitive. You know, we all need guidance, and that you even said that in the calls. So check out and sign up for some classes there. And also, you're going to be in Hudson on Saturday. Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
And I also have the option of 5 written questions, Greg, for $45, where they can put 5 questions and write them to me in my inbox, and I answer you back, and I let you ask a couple questions after I answer you. And it's a quick way if people don't want to have that one-on-one FaceTime, or they just want, you know, have 5 quick questions they want to get through. We found it very effective.
I think it's a great idea, a great price, folks, you know, and, you know, I mean, I'm not, she's not saying this to me. I'm saying it out there. I mean, this is sustainability as well. This is how everyone makes their money and makes a living.
Just an exchange of an energy.
Absolutely. So definitely do that. We're going to be back with her on April 24th. Deb and Dave, thank you so much for being with us tonight. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We'll be back tomorrow with Ernie Pack as a replay. Also, check me out on Myth or Mystery tomorrow. Everyone, have a good night. Take care.
Hi, it's Matt